My friends, this is the Arana Nation. Howdy, howdy. You're listening to Michael Arana recording this video from a rainy but still beautiful Greater Toronto area. Thank you for giving me your time. So we're now beginning to accept the fact that Alek Minassion committed this evil act, running people over with a white van. He did this because he's, first of all, mentally ill. But most importantly, he's having problems with women. He couldn't get a girlfriend. He was insecure. He was a part of the incel community, involuntarily celibate community. And he just felt that, all added up with the mental illness. He felt it was better to kill a bunch of people and punish them for his own failings than to work on himself. And that's a part of the mental illness. And there are people like that in the world. There are more people like that in the world than we know. And it's a shame, but that's it. Now, the reason I'm talking about this again is not because I want to dwell on him. He has done the crime. He's going to do the time forever. He's a bad person, and I put this crime squarely in his corner. But what I do want to talk about is the fact that there are many articles and media clips and people who have said that Toronto is a city where men have it the hardest, meaning that it's a hard place for men to get laid. And for those of you who have virgin ears, getting laid means having sex. It's a hard place for men to get relationships with women. They feel that women are cold and aloof and in some cases mean and they don't care. It's a hard place. That's what they say. Compared to Montreal, where many people say it's an easy place. Well, I personally think it doesn't matter where you live. You could be living in Toronto or you could be in the best strip club in the middle of Las Vegas. It's all on you whether or not you're going to get a girl. If you have a good attitude and you want a girl, you'll get a girl. Just wait for God to determine when you will get that girl. Having said that, let's go back to this whole "is Toronto a heartless city" subject. When I say heartless city, I don't mean heartless as in multiculturalism and liberalism and this and that. Toronto's got more of that to spare. I mean, good God Almighty from Zion. Toronto has much of that to spare. And that could be good or bad either way, but that's not what we're talking about. Heartless in the sense that it's hard for men to get relationships. Now, that's not what I'm saying. That's just what a lot of people say. And a lot of people saying that means we got to discuss it. And is this the reason why this guy decided to pull this evil stunt off? Is this it? He just couldn't take it anymore. Well, I feel that God has blessed me with a YouTube channel of over 4,000 subscribers. And that is a blessing, but it also comes with responsibilities. When I feel that there is a subject that we need to talk about and advice that I need to give that could better our community and where we live, I feel it's my duty to say it, and I'm going to say it. I think that, and I'm speaking for the people of Toronto because that's what we're talking about, those articles may or may not be true. I personally don't have trouble with women, but a lot of people in Toronto do. So I feel, and it's not just women, it could be friendships, relationships. This is a big city, economic hub. People are more concerned with making money and their job and their career. And now that women work in the 21st century, they're concerned with that too. They're more concerned with ambition. But I think that if we took 2 seconds out of our day, every day, for the rest of our life, to make at least one person smile, I think that could go a long, long way. Preferably a stranger, and preferably somebody who you feel could be an outcast. Or you could go into your Rolodex or in your Facebook list or in your school, and you can think, is there somebody who I feel might be a little bit of a social outcast, might have a little bit of trouble with social relationships, somebody who might be going through something, or ladies, a guy who might be a little socially awkward, he's trying to get with you, maybe he might be having some problems, those could be the people who we could try and, make smile. Compliment them. You look good today, or, that's a nice hat, or how are you? Or, it's just something. You're not saying you got to date them or anything. That's your choice. I'm not saying that. And I don't think many of these people, these mentally ill people, are necessarily looking for sex. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think they just feel that the world is a cold, frigid place. And I think if we could prove them wrong, that would shrink the incel population substantially. So that is my plea for anybody who's watching this video. Men, women, rich, poor, young, old. Find that one person who might be a social outcast, instead of just, shrugging them off or shaking them off as some kind of problem or some kind of bad, you see somebody who might be even a mean person, and I even have to work on this, somebody who might not be up and up, who might need a little bit of a boost, say hello to them, say, have a nice day, or, I don't feel those feelings for you romantically, but you come across as a very smart person, you dress well, you'll find someone. Just wait for God. You'll be okay. And if you ever need to talk or you want a friend, I'm here for you. You don't have to be their friend, but even just being nice, I think we should just do that. I think we should. Can you do that? Will you do that? You could be saying I'm soft all you want, but, we owe it to those people in Toronto who have just been killed and who are now laying in the hospital, crumpled up in the hospital, over this guy who is mentally ill and who couldn't take it anymore. Now, he has no excuse for doing that. He's a criminal, and he's going to pay the price. He's going to pay the ultimate price. And I've said on my previous videos, we need to bring back whipping, public whippings as a form of punishment. And I think he could use it because he knew what he was doing. But I think that is something that we could do to help that situation of Toronto or any city being a cold city, or, you don't have to sleep with anybody or be in a relationship with them, but be warm with them, and genuinely warm, not in a inconvenient type of warmth, but genuine, and display a sense of warmth in your day. Instead of walking around with a stone cold, everybody's mad in the street, everybody looks angry, present an air of warmth in your everyday life. Now, people who try and take advantage of that, you drop them like an old shoe, and you pray that they'll be eating eggshells and pigeon droppings. But for those, that could help those who are socially awkward, who are outcasts, and who could very well decide they're going to kill somebody or themselves. You could save a life if you do this. So try it. I've got over 4,000 subscribers. If each and every one of them did that for one person for the rest of their life, I think we could make a huge difference. In Toronto alone, never mind the world. But this is the Alek Minassion.